evening, everyone, and welcome to Feminine Focus. Today, we have a very special guest to join us. Welcome to the stage, Miss Sybil Ludington. Woo! Hello, Miss Ludington, and welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone, and please, Miss Cruz, just call me Sybil.
Well, Sybil, I've asked you to come onto the show today in hopes of asking you some questions about your life and what you have done so far.
Of course, ask anything and I'll see if I can answer them.
Thank you. Before I start asking questions, can you tell us about yourself and your family and if you have any?
Well, my name is Sybil Ludington, and I'm 16 years old. I was born in Fredericksburg, New York on April 5th, 1761. To my mother and father, Abigail and Henry Ludington, I was the firstborn of 12 children, and I have a horse named Star. With this horse, I became known as the female Paul Revere after my famed ride.
Thank you for telling us a little bit about yourself. I've read so much about your famed ride, and I'd like my first question to be, what is your ride and why did you suddenly take off?
My ride happened only 11 days after my 16th birthday on April 26, 1777. I left early at nightfall. I rode 40 miles during a pouring rainstorm, avoiding capture from redcoats. I had left as soon as I could after I learned that the British wanted to attack Danbury, Connecticut. As a little backstory, Danbury was very important because it is the location of a stockpile of provisions for the Continental Army. Now, my father Henry was a colonel in the militia. He has a command of about 400 men. So when I heard that the provisions were being threatened, I knew that would weaken us, so I had to do something to stop the Brits. I spurred my horse Star and went to raise the alarm in Putnam County, New York. The Brits were successful in the raid, but because of my alarm, the Patriot soldiers met the British at Ridgeville, Connecticut, and the Patriots managed to drive the Brits back into the Long Island Sound.
Wow. Have you ever needed a horse saddle?
Yeah, mine broke just yesterday.
Well, don't worry, because we have you covered. Come on down to Crazy Saddle and we'll get you a custom saddle personalized to you and your horse's fit. Call us at 704-046-9506 where all the fun starts with your saddle. Time for question number 2. What makes you and Paul Revere different and what makes you the same?
Sorry. There are many similarities between me and Mr. Revere. Mr. Revere and I both had a midnight ride through the rough conditions to warn patriots of the impending arrival of the British Army. Although Mr. Revere had his famed ride in 1775 and mine was just 2 years after his in 1777, Mr. Revere's ride spurred the beginning of the Revolutionary War, and mine was just me warning the county about a British raid. Also, during Mr. Revere's ride, he was captured, while I, on the other hand, was never captured. While many would say that Mr. Revere's ride was more important, or that he did his ride better than me, I like to think that we both were trying to do what was best for our country, and neither of us are better than the other.
Oh, my Mother Mary. I would say you put your words so put together that it makes me a little tipsy. How did the ride affect your life afterwards? It must have had a large impact on your life. I want you to tell me what you felt afterwards.
Actually, my life didn't really change much after my ride. As word of my ride spread, General George Washington personally came to my house to thank me for my courage, and Alexander Hamilton also wrote letters of thanks to me. I got married and had a child and took care of my parents in my husband's house.
I think we have to wrap it up today because that's all we have time for. But I'd be happy to let you come on the show another day, maybe with a similar guest to find similarities between them.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Well, let's give a round of applause to Sybil Ludington.
I love it!
Everybody's falling in